What's up, everybody? My name is Aiden and welcome back to another video. Ladies and gentlemen, today we are going to be discussing a certain individual and his expectation on his next contract. His name is Patrick Williams. He's going to be a restricted free agent coming into this season. It's his final season on his rookie deal, and it looks like he's looking for a certain amount of pay. We'll be discussing about this in this video. Again, it's a crazy amount, let's put it that way. Before we get any further, if you like the video and you want to see more from me, drop a like, drop a follow, and or subscribe if you are new, and comment down below your thoughts about Patrick Williams and his contract demands heading into next season. Now, I think this has to be a troll, and I don't actually know if Patrick Williams said this himself. Apparently, ESPN's Zach Lowe reports the contract Patrick Williams is seeking in 2024 free agency. I'm reading an article, and essentially, again, I'm looking at the number and I just don't know what to say about this. So essentially, Patrick Williams, according to these reports, I don't think Patrick Williams has actually come out and said this himself, or maybe he's even retracted this. I don't know. Whatever's happening is happening. But apparently, Patrick Williams is seeking a $200 million contract. Not $20 million, $200 million for Patrick Williams. That's a lot of money, ladies and gentlemen. And again, I think a lot of people, when they first looked at that, just thought this is an absolutely crazy sequence that we're looking at. And I feel like there's, I guess, people divided into multiple categories about this, because I don't think there's anyone that actually looks at this and says, fair enough, I think he deserves that. I don't think anyone has actually come out and said that. But there's a point where people are calling Patrick Williams delusional. If he's really seeking this money out, again, we'll get to that. But there's the other side of the coin that thinks this can't be real. And that's where I fall into this. Again, I think people need to understand their evaluation. Surely Patrick Williams has a team behind him, that would understand his evaluation a little bit more than maybe what anybody else would. But 200 million, really? That's what we're looking at? That's the number that he's seeking? Again, I'm assuming this has to be fake, or Patrick Williams is trolling somebody. Again, that's just how I'm going to take it. I'm not going to be disrespecting Patrick Williams in I guess, wanting 200 million. I think if you ask most people, would they want 200 million? They're going to say, of course I'd want 200 million. But in terms of an NBA contract, 200 million is a lot of money. Zach LaVine barely makes over 200 million for the Chicago Bulls, and he's our max contract player. So Patrick Williams seeking that type of money is crazy to think about. But we got to discuss it in more detail. So let's talk about whether or not, I guess, he can earn 200 million. This 4 seasons for Patrick Williams has shown a lot of things. It's shown that he still has work to do on the aggressive side of things. It shows he still has potential. It shows he's a very good two-way player. He can shoot the three. I think a lot of people didn't expect that from him coming into his season, his first season. He was a guy coming off the bench for his college team, and he wasn't necessarily known as a scorer. He comes into the Chicago Bulls team and becomes one of our best three-point shooters. That's a fact. No one can take that away from him. He can be a good two-way player for the Chicago Bulls, and I still believe he has potential to be a superstar. But I don't like, again, people have said this in the past, that people are paid on potential. And in many ways, it's right, to get paid based on potential. For example, if you're, I guess, a LeBron James coming into the league in 2003, and you can see he's the next big thing, but he's just not quite there yet, or he just hasn't gotten over the hump of getting to an NBA Finals or winning his first championship, then yes, you should pay him based on the potential that he will be one of the best to ever play. Michael Jordan, the same. Patrick Williams has not proven that he's going to be one of the best in the world, has not proven that he's going to be one of the best to ever play the game, and has not gotten even close to getting past the hump of winning a championship. So 200 million for that type of guy, in my opinion, straight away, I'm trying to be as honest as possible while saying this without laughing hysterically, but 200 million for Patrick Williams at this point in time is just not worth the money. He's not proven that he's worth the money. He's proven he has potential, sure, but 4 years, still not proven he's worth 200 million. So again, with all due respect, if Patrick Williams is actually trying to seek that out, I think he needs to have a word with his management team, because I truly believe that someone is telling him a narrative that he could get 200 million from the Chicago Bulls. We are not in the financial situation to even give that money, and I don't think we would give that money to Patrick Williams. Again, his stats speak for themselves. He's still a 10-point per game scorer with his two-way capabilities. it's nice to have that on a team for sure. And I'm hoping he can climb that barrier and become a superstar talent for the Chicago Bulls. But he hasn't done that, so why should we be giving him 200 million? And I'll tell you this for free, I don't think there's any team out there in the NBA that will be giving Patrick Williams 200 million for his contract. I just can't see that happening in this day and age. I understand the salary cap increases. I understand teams are getting more money. I understand that contracts will be a lot bigger. And, you know, some contracts that you look back on now with, oh my goodness, I can't believe we're paying that. Maybe in 3 years' time, you're looking at and saying, well, actually, that's not a big deal that we're paying him that amount of money. It's insignificant. But still, 200 million is a lot of money. So, again, I do think there's a bit of an issue there. And for Patrick Williams, if you want to get 200 million in your career, let alone this contract, but even the next contract, if you're seeking 200 million at one point in your career, you really got to start being more aggressive in your play. You really got to start turning into that superstar player. Again, that's the only way you're going to get 200 million. Look at the grand scheme of things. Look at all the guys that are getting paid 200 million a season. And there's a big difference in all of them. Maybe some of them are overpaid. Maybe some of them were superstars that then got injured and then can't really reach the superstar level. But most of them have been superstars at one point or another in this league, or are superstars in this league. Even the Supermax contracts, they're the superstars in this league. Patrick Williams has shown good signs, has shown good qualities. The fact that he can stay durable and play an 82-game season is phenomenal. He's one of our better defenders. I like these things about Patrick Williams, but I just don't think he's realistic with his assessment. If this is real, I have to reiterate, if this is real, if he's trolling, then everybody, he got us all. It's just a prank, bro. The cameras are here, the camera's there, he's got us all. But if this is actually a realistic assessment of what he thinks he is worth in the NBA, then again, I think he needs to bring a new management team in to give him a realistic assessment of himself. Simple as that in my eyes. But he's going to have to do a lot more to earn 200 million. Even with the salary increases, he's going to have to do a lot more in my eyes. That 200 million is crazy. Again, I think we're coming into this restricted free agency period. You know, we're going to be arguing. I feel like most Bulls fans are going to be arguing at the fact that he could get 20 million a season. You know, the Lonzo Ball type contract. I think people will genuinely have arguments about that and say he should be less. He should be getting what Kobe White's getting, the $11 million contract. And stuff like that, you know, it's a general thing that people are going to have a discussion about. So that's what, 40 million in 4 years? Maybe if it's 20, that's 80 million in 2 years? Come on, we got to be realistic with our assessments here. So we'll see what happens. This is just Zach Lowe. Again, I don't know the credibility of this. I'm hoping Patrick Williams has a better understanding himself of what his value is. I don't mean to make this video to tear the player down or to disrespect his ability on the court. He's reached a point in his career that vast majority of people in this world will not be able to do. He's reached the NBA and he's a starter in an NBA on an NBA team, and he's putting up double-digit points in NBA games. He's done a lot in the grand scheme of things. But to be the upper echelon of the NBA, he's not there yet. And he should not be paid there yet. And he should not be paid by the potential that he can get there. Because I don't think he's shown enough potential to show that. He's not done what a LeBron would do. He's not done what a Michael Jordan would do. Even though they're not the best in the world yet, you can see them becoming the best in the world. Or a Giannis even, when he was getting up there. You know, stuff like that. Was Giannis paid when he was first in the NBA? Was he paid 20 million a season when he was a bench warmer for the Milwaukee Bucks in, what, 2014, 2015? No, he wasn't. Jimmy Butler was the same. Was Jimmy Butler paid a max contract at the beginning stages in his first 4 years for the Chicago Bulls? No, he wasn't. It's as simple as that. He hasn't really shown enough in my eyes. Kawhi, again, we can list the players, but what do you guys think? All due respect, again, I have to be respectful in this instance. I don't mean to bash the player, but, you know, this has to be some realism in there, and realism is, you know, it has to be present in this day and age, especially, and it has to be realistic for his contract next season, because there's going to be arguments about it, especially if he's not improved that much. Thank you for watching. Drop a like and a follow, and or subscribe if you are new. I'll see you in the next one. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay tuned for more. Take care, and peace.